Halle Berry just shut down the dumbest idea that Hollywood keeps trying to push, a female James Bond. And not once, but twice, but Halle Berry made it crystal clear that 007 is a man, period. Now, the woke mob expected Halle Berry to go along with their nonsense, but instead, Halle Berry gave them a reality check where they weren't ready for. Now, if anyone had doubts about where this franchise should go, Halle Berry basically should be the one to end the debate. So, with my headphones on, the woke crowd wanted a soundbite, basically. See, they wanted Halle Berry to give them that headline, Bond should be a woman. Instead, she wrecked the narrative without even raising her voice. When asked about it, Halle Berry calmly said that she didn't think should 007 should be female. Meltdown mode engage. Okay, so here's the clip right here where she's talking about it, and this comes from the Variety X on page right now. So here we go.
And really should be a woman. I mean, in 2025, it's nice to say, oh, she should be a woman, but I don't really know if I think that's the right thing to do. And no, I doubt there'll be a Jinx spinoff. There was a time that could have happened, probably should have happened. I would have loved for that to happen. But I think that time has passed.
I'll be honest with y'all. I'm gonna have to agree with her on that one, because basically these activists are so hungry for validation and stuff that they actually forgot one thing. Hollywood isn't even united behind this nonsense. Now, when Halle Berry said that she didn't support the idea, it wasn't just a statement. It was a massive cultural rejection. You see, it exposed just how fake, the support for this gender swap ESG stuff movement really is. And it's not just Halle Berry. We've seen this same response from other actresses too, such as Emily Blunt, who shut it down. Even Anna de Armas from my favorite movie, Knives Out, not only rejected the idea, but even suggested something that Hollywood hates: creating original female action heroes. I mean, me as a black man, I don't want any race swap stuff making like white superheroes black and stuff. I want actual black heroes. That's why I enjoyed Black Panther so much, okay? But just imagine that. Actually build something new instead of just hijacking existing legacies. That just shows that you're not creative at all. But Halle Berry and her words hit different because she's been a part of the Bond universe. She's lived it. She knows what works and she knows what feels forced. That's why her takedown explodes the whole woke fantasy. Now, she didn't just, disagree. She destroyed the entire premise with one single sentence. Now, we've also reached the point where woke Hollywood doesn't even pretend to care what the fans want. You see, these people aren't even trying to entertain anymore. They're just simply trying to indoctrinate. They see James Bond and think, how can we turn this into another progressive checkbox? I mean, that's all it is. And every time they do it, it fails miserably. Just look at 2016 version of Ghostbusters. Even Indiana Jones 5, the Marvels, all of them were disasters. All of them were trying to go ahead and reinvent masculine heroes into some sort of new form of feminist wish fulfillment. The result? A scorched pile of box office rubble. Dookie! And Halle Berry's statement is just a reminder of just how detached these studio executives are from the real world. You see, they thought Cannes, the wokest film festival imaginable, would be the perfect stage to push this James Bond agenda. But instead, they got humiliated. You see, they thought that they had an ally. What they got was an honest woman with the guts to say, yeah, no, I don't think Bond should be a woman. That sentence may seem small, but in today's climate, it's scorched earth stuff, because now they can't say everyone agrees. They can't say even Bond girls want it, because guess what? They don't. Now, the silence in the crowd, as you all heard from that video clip, that wasn't awkward. It was defeated. They were counting on applause. They thought the audience would erupt if she said, what they were dying to hear. But instead, They watch their fantasy simply just explode in real time. Now, as you notice, there were no cheers, no smiles, just the dull realization that even some of their, Hollywood darlings won't fall in line. Now, when the activists lose people like Halle Berry, it's over. They can write all the think pieces they want. It won't change the reality. But honestly, I mean, let's be real. They keep trying to force it over and over again. Female Thor, She Hulk, female Indiana Jones. Actually, I like She Hulk yourself, the comic book version of She Hulk, because that's what worked. And now they want a female 007. It's like a broken record this time. Every time it ends in a meltdown. Every time they blame the audience. Oh, you just hate women. No, we hate lazy writing. We hate the corporate propaganda disguised as empowerment. And we also hate watching our favorite characters get butchered in the name of identity politics. And that's why we keep tuning out. That's why even, the ticket sales keep crashing. And that's why even people like Halle Berry are simply just distancing themselves from this woke garbage. Okay. Now, what Halle Berry did wasn't just a viral moment and stuff. It was a cultural checkpoint. It actually drew a line in the sand, and her words echoed the same message that the fans have been sending for years. You don't have to destroy something to make something new. But the woke left never got that memo. You see, they're obsessed with tearing things down. They live to ruin what works so that they can go ahead and rebuild it in their own image. It's why every classic franchise they touch turns into a nightmare. They don't know how to create, and that shows that they lack creativity. It only shows how to hijack. And she even addressed the idea of a Jinx spinoff, the character that she played in Die Another Day. I wouldn't mind seeing that. And you know what she said? That time has passed. Halle Berry didn't beg for a reboot. She just didn't whine about missed opportunities. She was real about it. Honest, mature. While meanwhile, the woke crowd is out here demanding for reboots for every side character that checks a diversity box. Okay, that's the difference. One side respects the story, the other side wants to go ahead and burn it all down just to go ahead and make a political statement. Now, the message from Halle Berry aligns perfectly with what Anna Diarma said just recently, where she called on the studios to make original franchises for women. She just basically said, let James be James, and that hit hard for them because that's all we've ever asked for. And you want a strong female leads? Excellent. Make them, create them, build something new. Don't mutilate legacy characters just to prove a point. That's not empowerment right there. That's cultural vandalism. And it's not just fans calling this out anymore. You also have industry veterans, writers, and yes, even actresses that are drawing the line. They see where all of this is going, and it's not creative at all. It's not inclusive. It's toxic. It's a scorched earth approach to storytelling, and everyone's getting tired of it. The audience is waking up, the backlash is getting louder, and if they ever dare to put Jane Bond on screen, I mean, it's just simply going to explode like nothing that we've seen before. This won't be a backlash, it'll be an extension level event. Now, when you simply strip a franchise of its core identity, you don't get progress, you get collapse. Bond is masculine, Bond is confident, Bond is unapologetically cool. You can't replicate that by gender swamping the role and calling it evolution. That's not how culture works. That's how culture dies. And the fact that Halle Berry had to be the adult in the room says more about the state of Hollywood than anything else. But this is simply what happens when studios just stop listening to the audience. You see, they go ahead chase headlines instead of heart. They go viral for all the wrong reasons and then wonder why no one shows up to the theater. You see, Bond isn't just a movie franchise, it's a cultural icon. Now, you can't mess with it without consequences, and we're already seeing those consequences play out across every franchise, that they've touched. You see, it's been failure after failure, and they still don't learn, okay? And now they're running out of people to go ahead and gaslight. The media can't spin this anymore. Even when Halle Berry says that it's a bad idea, the jig is up basically. And that's not a fringe opinion. That's a gut check moment right there. It's the kind of moment that actually makes executives sweat. Because if the people they count on to back their woke agenda start pushing back, then they've got no backup plan. They've built their empire on virtue signals and buzzwords, and it's collapsing under their own weight. And honestly, you better believe that if they ever greenlight another greenlight a Jane Bond movie, the meltdown will be immediate, and Halle Berry will be proven right. But the social media will immediately roast it. Audiences will ghost it, and critics, at least the honest ones, will tear it apart. It's going to get destroyed before it even hits streaming, or because the people in charge can't simply just accept one simple truth. Not every character needs to be reimagined. Some things are great the way they are. Some things should be left alone, and James Bond is one of them. So let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. Be sure to smash the like button in this video if you enjoy what was shared in it. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell notification, and I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, peace.